I hope your day is full of radishes and celery and raisins and anchovies and pizza on pineapple. Pineapple on pizza is what I meant. I don't know what type of dyslexia that was. Guys, I wanted to start this intro with food that people hate. Celery, radishes, raisins, you name it, you got it. Guys, hi, welcome back to another episode of Shenk. If you are currently watching, you'll see that I have a mask on. Hold on. How cute is my rainbow mask? I got this mask from Oh Yeah Socks. It was just on right now because I wanted to show it off. But yeah, guys, Oh Yeah Socks is sponsoring my podcast, and they have branched out into bandanas, masks, and socks. So if you're looking for a really cool, fun bandana or mask, check them out. You can head to ohyeah.com. That's 3 zeros, HYEAH.com. 3 O's, HYEAH.com. And it's also written in the description of this week's episode. Head to ohyeah.com, shop different bandanas, shop different masks. They have so many different amazing designs. They collaborate with all different types of artists to bring you truly, truly unique designs. And some of my favorites are, in terms of the socks, they have this really cool pair of Mr. Rogers socks. Who doesn't love Mr. Rogers? These make a great gift. You can head to their website, ohyeah.com, enter discount code Sara10, SARA10 for 10% off. Mr. Rogers socks, Bob Ross socks. Gotta love some Bob Ross. Mork and Mindy, they have the classic TV series as well. They have Brady Bunch socks. They have, let me show you some of the bandanas that they have and masks that they have. So they have a Bob Ross mask. You can see right here. Hold on. You can see right here, it has Bob and it has his face floating in the sky with the clouds. Who doesn't love that? Again, discount code Sara10, 10% off, ohyeah.com. Follow them, Oh Yeah Socks, on Instagram. They also have this cool leopard bandana. They have so many different fun styles and truly fun, unique, unlike anything I've seen anywhere else. Make great gifts, and you're always going to need socks and you're always going to need masks and bandanas in 2020. That's all I'm going to say. You know, and they make great gifts. If you're looking to gift somebody something and you don't have that much money to spend, get them a mask, get them a bandana, plus you get discount, Sara10. Guys, anyone who knows me knows that I am a big advocate of cannabis. I have found it to be a healing medicine for me. It has relieved me of so much anxiety, and it has brought out my creativity in so many different ways. And I really, really benefit from using cannabis. And, you know, I talk about it a lot, but I've been to so many dispensaries, and there really are truly so few dispensaries who get it right the first time. And that's why I love Libra Shops. Check them out at Libra Shops on Instagram. Head to librashop.com. They are a dispensary. Their flagship store is located in Palm Desert. Their store is so well curated. They have bud baristas there, not just bud tenders. These aren't just like, you know, this isn't just like your stoned high school friend's brother that's working in a dispensary anymore. This dispensary has people who know what they're talking about. They're bud baristas. You ask them a question, you have a full flower recommendation. They have a solution. They have some of the best cannabis on the market right now. They have some of my favorite brands. They have Wonder Brett. They have LA Kush. They have cookies. They have so many great edibles, everything from Breeze to ABX to Kiva gummies. Yeah, all my favorite brands are there, and they support the show. So give them a follow at Libra Shops on Instagram. Please follow at Oh Yeah Socks on Instagram. Show them some love. And if you live in the desert area and you're looking to get some contactless delivery from Libra, head to their website, librashops.com. You can explore their menu and you can set something up for delivery right there. Okay, guys, thank you so much for continuing to listen to and support my show. If you're enjoying the show, I ask that you leave a review on iTunes or Spotify. That's how people find out about the show. And I want people to continue to find out about it. I want to grow the show as much as possible. So I also love hearing from you guys. Follow me at Princess Shenk if you're not. Tweet at me at Princess Shenk. You can always slide in my DMs with show ideas or email Shenk, shenk.pod@gmail.com if you're interested in sponsorship opportunities or some type of collab. And thank you guys so much for continuing to listen to the show. And please, please, please check out Oh Yeah Socks and Libra Shops. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Shenk. Here it is. Hi guys, it's Shenk. Welcome to another episode of Shenk with me, Shenk. I have so many things I want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you about the Brita filter. I want to talk to you about bird baths. I want to talk to you about 6-disc CD players. I want to talk to you about chiropractors and pull-up bars and bird baths. Did I say bird baths? Because if I didn't say bird baths, then let's say it. And if I said it once, let's just make sure I said it again because it's an important subject for me, the bird bath. Some people in Los Angeles have very large bird baths on their grass, and it's aggressive. I think, maybe stop hogging all of the birds. Maybe they don't all want to bathe on your lawn. Maybe I want some of the birds to bathe on my lawn. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, should I get a bird bath? I don't know. You tell me. Also, I want to talk to you about tire swings. What is going on with the tire swing? To me, the tire swing seems like it was some really white trash person's idea. And they were just like, we can't afford no swing, but I got that tire and I got some rope. And I could tie the tire to the rope. My truck got a flat last week, but we could still use the tire for recreational purposes. I wasn't planning on going into a Midwestern accent, but when you feel it, you feel it, When you feel it, you feel it. Brita filters. Do they work? Do Brita filters work? I am sick of, walking on eggshells, dancing around the subject. The question I want to know is, do Brita filters really work? And how often are you changing your filter? Tweet me, let me know. I want to get a chiropractic adjustment, but why do I feel like everyone who goes to the chiropractor once spends their entire life getting adjustments? Is that a rumor? Is that true? Have you been to a chiropractor? Let me know. Somebody once asked me, a few different people actually asked me about my routine, my daily routine. So to be honest, my daily routine completely varies depending on my schedule. I mean, right now, my day is mostly comprised of working out or podcasting or writing or being in nature or meditating or trying to figure out the purpose of it all. You know what I mean? My daily routine really consists of me waking up, working out, getting a coffee. Normally it's wake up, get a coffee, work out, do whatever work I have to do. Sometimes it's a podcast, sometimes it's writing, sometimes it's emails, sometimes it's a phone call, sometimes it's a meeting. And then that's pretty much it. And then if stand-up was going on, I would do stand-up at night, but stand-up is no longer happening right now. I mean, it is starting to come back, and I do think that if it's still back in a couple months, I'll probably make a triumphant return, or maybe I'll go do like a little low-key small show somewhere. Because I'm definitely missing stand-up. A lot of these ideas that I've written down here are probably ideas that I would have turned into like larger bits or at least worked out at mic. So I just figure that these podcast solo episodes are a good way for me to connect with my audience and, really get to know you guys and also talk out some premises with you and see if there's anything here. I mean, who knows? I'm definitely just sitting by myself in a room. I'm trying to figure out some podcasts that aren't recorded on Zoom just to get something, a little more substantial going. Give you guys something to look forward to. Because the Zoom quality is not my favorite. That's why I've been doing a lot of solo pods, but we will adapt. We will prevail. That's the motto here at Shenk. We adapt, we prevail. Somebody asked me my favorite accomplishment. My favorite accomplishment, I would like to buy a vowel, is the fact that I have done stand-up for 10 years. I mean, it's a long time of talking in front of people. It required a lot of sacrifices in my 20s. And so that is in fact my favorite accomplishment. And then I had a digital series on Comedy Central, and that was pretty cool too. So both of those things. Somebody asked what to do with a perpetually depressed friend. That's a really good question. Okay. The only thing you can do with a perpetually depressed friend is, one, be there for them. You can check on them to make sure they're doing okay. You can just let them know you're thinking about them, even if they don't want to hang out. Just making that extra effort will make them feel, seen and heard. You can recommend that they talk to somebody. In fact, that's the first thing that you should do if they're perpetually depressed, because it's not your full responsibility to fix anybody. So if there's someone that's like always depressed and it's weighing on you, I would encourage them, to see somebody to talk to. There are a lot of great options, and also there's a lot of sliding scale, especially now with pandemic. So I think a lot of people are suffering from depression. I did get a lot of questions about handling mental health. So we'll go over some of the stuff that I do for my mental health, and I'm just going to see if you guys want any of these tools. I'll just walk you through them. So the first thing is workout. I work out every day. I am someone who operates 1,000 times better after I work out. I also have a therapist that I see once a month. I highly recommend therapy if you're not doing that. I have friends that I can call, and I journal. I read a lot of self-help books. You name it, I've tried it as far as, self-help stuff goes. I did a 12-step program. And yeah, I've tried a bunch of different things. So, I think the main thing is just keep showing up for yourself. No matter how depressed you are or how anxious you feel, you just have to keep showing up for yourself. So if that means making lists and literally crossing off one thing a day, then do that. Because then you can at least feel like you're getting something done. Because I know the pandemic has a lot of people down. Okay. 6-disc CD player. Did I even talk to you guys about the 6-disc CD player? I don't know. How long have I been recording? 8 minutes. It's like, fuck. Who knows? Did I talk to you guys already about the 6-disc CD player? I was bored last week, so I put some foil in the microwave. That's a cheap way to have a thrill. Nothing like a little Electra show is what I call it. Guys, here's my question for you. At what point do we just address that the world is in fact ending? At what point do we stop pretending that 120-degree weather is normal? At what point? Can we just address the fact that we're in a global pandemic with no end in sight, and literally California is a hellish, fiery kiln? Can we address that? Can somebody just validate how I feel about the world ending right now? If you're looking at me and wondering, Sara, did you get your nails done? The answer is yes, bitch, I did. I went to a tent outside. They painted my nails. Not everyone has what it takes to be a pandemic princess. It takes a special skill. It takes work. I got a lead on a nail salon that was doing something outside. I showed up ready to be pampered. And let me tell you, I have so much appreciation for this manicure. I'm a different person than I was a week ago. I have gratitude in my heart. That's something else I recommend for mental health. If you're really depressed and you can't see any positives, every day write 10 things that you're grateful for. And I'm telling you guys this stuff as someone who has dealt with some depression. So from, my brain and experience to yours, that's all I have to say is, look, not every day is going to be fun, especially in a pandemic, especially with where we are in the world and what's going on economically, et cetera, et cetera. So we just got to get our kicks where we can. That's what I like to say. Get our kicks where we can. Maybe sometimes you just got to do something nice for yourself. Have that cupcake. Get that tattoo. No, don't get a tattoo because I told you to on Shenk. I don't want anyone making bad permanent choices because of me. Should I get a face tat? That is the question. Just a single teardrop? Or what if I just got baby Shanks written on my face? Yeah, that's how I plan on going into 2021 with just a face tattoo and a dark soul. What I'm saying is things are great. Yes, I am wearing what appears to be some sort of Christmas dress. And yes, it is September and I'm wearing a Christmas dress. But when the world's literally ending, you wear what you want, okay? You stop fucking around and you start wearing what you want. That's all I gotta say. Stop saving those accessories, guys. California's on fire. There's a global pandemic. Wear the accessories. You can't take them with you. Throw those fun glasses on the way to the grocery store. Wear a bow tie while you're going to your local cooling center. Protest in a top hat. Go out to vote in a beret. The time is now. Wear your accessories, friends. Who knows what 2021 is going to hold or if we'll still be here. Take that fashion risk. Wear that chain wallet. Sanitize your hands with a cuff on. With a leather cuff on. I'm making myself laugh, and that's really all that matters at this point because I'm crushing with myself. And as long as I'm crushing with myself, then this podcast is a win in my book. Okay, somebody asked me, where is it? Do I prefer rainy days or sunny mornings? I think I'm more of a I'm going to say sunny mornings. However, when the sun comes up and it's in my face and it's the morning, and I'm not thrilled. Not right away, at least. But rainy days, I don't mind a rainy day, but I can only do like one rainy day. Sometimes there's rainy day people, and rainy day people, they fuck with the rain more than any other thing. And rainy day people often like The Cure. They're often very depressed. They often feel misunderstood. They may have even dabbled in poetry. They also own a lot of candles. This is just based on experience I've had personally with rainy day people. If you're a rainy day person and you're not like this, reach out. I'm dying to hear from you. Guys, I'm thinking I fucked up and I should have just become a weather woman because I have everything that it takes to become a weather woman. Being a weather woman, I think, is the equivalent to being, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's the equivalent to being a cam girl. It doesn't really take much skill to be a weather woman. You just have to be creative with names. You know? I'm Sarah Sprinkles. Sarah Showers. Now back to you in the studio. Guys, I'm going to tell you this once. Pack your swimsuits. It is going to be a scorcher. That's right, guys. As you can see right here, we have a warm front coming in from the north. That's going to make it a scorcher. You're not going to want to walk on that sand without a flip-flop. I don't know. I wasn't planning on going into full weather woman role, but I felt the call. I was like, you know what, Sarah, stop holding yourself back. If you need to express yourself as a weather woman on your podcast, this is your time. This is your platform. Guys, hi, it is Sarah Showers. I'm live in the studio in Los Angeles, and I'm here to tell you about the 5-day forecast. Let's head out in the chopper right now. As you can see, it's a little foggy in Santa Monica. Yeah, it's going to be foggy for the next 5 days because a cool front is moving in. So you guys, make sure you're not putting on those brights when it's foggy. I don't know if I'm bombing right now as a weather woman. I could easily be bombing as a weather woman on my own podcast. And you know what? That's okay because I'm having fun. Let's go ahead and read some more of the questions. Okay, favorite accomplishment I already answered. That was therapy. My daily routine varies. My definition of happiness. Okay. Definition of happiness is living the life that I want and enjoying it. That's living the life that I want and enjoying it. That's what I guess that's my definition of happiness. You know, not having to, look, you're always going to have to do some things that you don't want to do. But if for the most part, you're living the life that you want and you're creating, the life that you want for yourself, whether that be pursuing dreams or having a family, etc., etc. So anyways, I think that happiness is so hard to define because everyone's definition of happiness probably varies based on the type of person they are, because I don't think it's something that makes me happy is necessarily the same thing that would make you happy or someone who's a fisherman in Florida. Unless he's into vintage t-shirts. And even so, vintage t-shirts, that doesn't make you happy. I think that the pandemic has really shown us that happiness comes from not material things. It comes from social interactions. It comes from connections with friends. It comes from creating memories. It comes from making the best out of shitty circumstances and then seeing the benefits that come from making the best from it. It comes from resilience. It comes from, I don't know, but this is just, someone wanted to know my definition of happiness. So I'm going there. You know what I mean? I wasn't planning on addressing happiness like this. I didn't start this podcast thinking like, I'm going to define happiness in a clear and concise way. And I think that most of you guys understand that I'm a comedian just doing the best that she fucking can, okay? Here's a thing I have a problem with. It's the Yahoo email account in 2020. Why are we still doing it, guys? If I see that you have a Yahoo email address, I really don't want to collab with you. If I see that you've emailed me from a Yahoo account, I'm afraid to open the email. I don't want to download malware onto my computer. I don't know what kind of spam you're sending me. I don't know what kind of porn I'm going to accidentally download from your Yahoo email that you sent. The thing is, stop being a peasant. It's easy to get a Gmail account. And guess what else? It's free. I'm not asking you to get an iPhone. But honestly, this is worse than not having an iPhone, the Yahoo email account. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to also connect on MySpace? Oh, did you also download all your music from Napster today? What year is it? Oh, no, LimeWire? Okay. Do you remember the days of downloading music, putting it on a CD? You would know that a dude was into you and wanted to smash if he burnt you a CD. And each song would mean something different. You're like, okay. I see what he did here. He put Jack Johnson banana pancakes. What he's saying is that he wants to wake up and make banana pancakes with me. That's what I think. What's the next song? Sublime. There was a time where nothing made me more excited than Sublime. And for that reason, I know that people change. You know, there was a time when I sang 40 Ounces to Freedom by Sublime and I just owned it. And I was just in the car just getting it. There was a time. It was a long time ago before the pandemic. Now I could really take or leave Sublime. I mean, if Santeria comes on, I'm going to, of course, sing it. But as an adult woman, you can't have a Sublime poster in your room. You know? Unless you want to die alone. It's like, oh, that's my Sublime poster and my beanbag chair. Please make me your wife. If you have a beanbag chair, I also feel like you own several bongs and no furniture. I also think you have a blacklight poster. And by blacklight poster, I mean several blacklight posters. You probably also listen to a lot of Pink Floyd. You also probably call food munchies. You also probably don't floss. These are just things that are coming to mind. When I see a beanbag chair, I think, oh, something's not right. You know? When I see a beanbag chair, I think, oh, wow, that hacky sack grew up. Guys, here's the thing. Life is short. Do what you want. Just be safe. Don't be stupid. Don't be walking around touching things, putting your hands in your mouth, not wearing a mask. I know we're getting lazy and stir crazy, but wear the fucking mask. Something happened to me. Oh, it was so embarrassing. Okay, so I went to get my nails done and it was outside and my mask slipped. It was covering my nose and then it was a little bit big and it came down and it exposed my nose. And then I was the girl at the nail salon with her nose exposed. And I was that bitch that was wearing the mask wrong. And I was getting looks left and right. And then one of the ladies at the nail salon who was working there had to come up and adjust my mask. And it was a big scene. I was humiliated. I was embarrassed. What I'm saying is if you're going to go out in public, cover your fucking nose and your mouth. And if you're somebody that's looking for a really cool mask, head to ohyeah.com. That's 3 zeros, HYEAH.com. They have amazing socks. They have amazing masks for men, women, children. You get 10% off. Discount code Sara10, SARA10. It's also in the description if you need a link to the website or if you want to follow them on Instagram to see the kind of designs they have, guys. Give your friend a gift of a mask. Give your lover the gift of a mask. Give your parent the gift of a mask. Masks are the gifts that keep on giving. Also, you don't want to keep going through those paper ones. They end up on the ground. They're not biodegradable. What is going on with these savages? We live in a world of beasts. I'm constantly seeing rubber gloves just disposed of on the ground, all rogue. Stop leaving your disposable masks on the floor. Pick up the rubber gloves. It's gross. For a while, when the pandemic first started, I was wearing gloves more. I was wearing the latex gloves places. But then when it started to become 120 degrees out, I thought, you know what? Maybe I should stop wearing latex gloves out everywhere and covering my nose and my mouth and walking around like I'm going to the fucking moon, you know? Somebody asked me, okay, here we go. If I could fly or be invisible, which would I choose? And I think flight, I have a fear of heights, but I do feel like that's how you solve it, by just taking off. I think that eventually you just get so used to flying that it would just not seem like a big deal anymore. Or maybe I'm completely off about this. I don't know. Maybe I would fly and I would just be terrified the entire time. But I feel like it's one of those things that the more you do it, the easier it would become. And if you knew that you could fly, it'd be like knowing that you could walk. Would you even be afraid of it, or would you just do it? These are the things that keep me up at night. Somebody also wanted to know what my favorite activities to do are when I'm not working. Okay, this is a fun question. I love the trampoline. I like to get my cardio. I love to hula hoop. I love to write. I love to hang out with my friends, talk to them on the phone. I love dogs. I love fashion. I love museums when you can go to them and the world's open and you can function like regular, normal people. I miss those things. I guess one thing that I don't miss about old life, pre-corona life, is the constant running around from place to place, especially with stand-up. I mean, the schedule is really, really, really rigorous. It takes everything. You know, you're out late doing stand-up, you go to bed late, you wake up early because you have work stuff to do during the day. It's just constant. So I don't miss the never-ending grind, but I do miss so many things from pre-life, such as hanging out with my friends, comedy, shows, etc., where you don't have to worry about getting somebody else's droplets on you and dying, where you can walk down the street and whistle and not worry about your droplets killing somebody, where you could blow out a birthday cake and not worry about your droplets killing somebody you love. That's what I miss, I have a question. When are we going to get some new fairy tales? Do we just continue to tell the same fairy tales? Are we still just going to keep doing the Hans Christian Andersen tales? Like, are we still going to be talking about Goldilocks to our kids? What's the deal? Can we update the fairy tales? Do we have to be talking Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Do we even remember that story clearly? Is Humpty Dumpty still making a fucking appearance in children's books? Is Jack and the Beanstalk, The Princess and the Pea, are these stories that are long lasting that we're still holding on to, or can we update them? Is Little Red Riding Hood still running around on her way to grandma's and then she gets eaten by a wolf? Like, why are we doing that? Why are we telling our children those stories again? Also, Hansel and Gretel, just a nice boy and girl baking at home when a witch comes and eats them, right? Isn't that what it's about? Like an old witch cannibal. These are the stories that we play for the kids. It's so weird. Nothing like a fucked up novel, reading a fucked up novel as a child. There was this book called The Bridge to Terabithia. I don't know if you guys read this in school, but I definitely read this in school, and definitely somebody died, and definitely it fucked me up. Like, we don't need to, do we need to remind children about death when they're in 4th grade? Do we need to remind them about, getting eaten by wolves? I guess. The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Okay. The Boy Who Cried Wolf, that whole story just pisses me off because mostly I remember I used to pretend that I was sick every day in 1st grade because my 1st grade teacher was really mean. She was this really mean, obese lady. She wasn't mean because she was obese. She wasn't obese because she was mean. She was just obese and mean. And she would yell at the class all of the time. And I was really afraid of her. And I didn't want to go to school anymore. So I just told my parents that I had a sore throat. And then my parents took me to the doctor. The doctor knew right away that I was lying about having a sore throat. And then she told me the story of the boy who cried wolf. And ever since then, she ruined that fucking fairy tale for me. And was accusing me of being a boy who cried wolf. And I remember her accusing me of crying wolf and saying that, when I'm really sick, nobody's going to believe me because I'm saying that I'm sick and I'm not sick. And I just remember being really annoyed with her for calling me out. And she also had on cow earrings and they were dangling from the side of her face. And she was like, no, stick out your tongue. And she put a stick down my throat while wearing cow earrings and calling me out on being fake sick. And I have never forgotten this woman. Was I planning on telling that story at the start of this podcast? No. But things have taken a turn. Can we just stop, you guys, with the new types of yoga? We don't need any more fucking types of yoga. Okay? We don't need acro yoga. We don't need you hanging from a goddamn trapeze. You're not an acrobat. Calm down. I thought you were doing this to calm down, not break into acrobatics. Okay? The goat yoga, when you're bringing in an animal because regular yoga is not enough and you're just chasing that dragon, you're chasing that high, you have to bring in livestock. You're telling me you got to bring in livestock to calm the fuck down. You can't just take some deep breaths. Just sit in child's pose. Get into down dog. Calm yourself the fuck down. Yeah, guys, the 6-disc CD player in my car is the biggest amenity in my life right now. So if you're out there being like, what does Shenk have to offer? Nonstop jokes and a 6-disc CD player. And let me tell you a little bit about my 6-disc CD player. It's not easy. It's not an easy world to navigate. Why is that? Do you know how hard it is to get to a song if it's the 12th song on the 6th disc? By the time I get to the song, I don't even want to hear the song anymore. I'm just exhausted. And it's so hard to pick your core 6 CDs. You only get 6. You have to choose wisely. Otherwise, you have to make adjustments. For example, a friend left an Ellen DeGeneres stand-up CD in my car. And I said, I can't have that. Not in this climate. Not with everything that's surfaced about Ellen. So I had to dispose of that. Then I had an opening in my car. Now I only have 5 of the 6 slots filled. I don't even know if I own another CD for the last one. What I'm saying is CDs are going to make a comeback. You heard it here. No, what I'm saying is if anyone wants to burn me a CD, slide in my DMs. No, gone are the days of burning CDs. I used to spend so much time burning CDs for friends and people that I cared about. But like my boyfriends, their CDs. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you decorate that CD with a fine tip Sharpie? You're fucking bet your ass right I did. Did I? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I pick a song that represents how I feel about you each month that we've been together? Oh, I did. I would kill the mixtape game is what I'm saying. Guys, there should be no reason why you're not wearing a feather boa out. You know, it is end times. Throw on that feather boa. Stroll down to the Army Navy surplus store to buy your apocalypse supplies. And keep on keeping on, guys. You heard it here on Shenk. No. Yeah, you got to get your kicks where you can when you're in a global pandemic. Sometimes it's something as simple as driving through McDonald's for that Diet Coke. Maybe you're not a Diet Coke head. Maybe you're not a Coke head at all. Maybe you like coffee. Maybe it's just about making coffee and finding small things throughout the day that get you excited. That's what I do. You know, small things. Small things go a long way. Small things can really build and all of a sudden annoy you. But then when small things go right, it really can make a difference in your day. So that's what I say. Like, if you can't control what's going on politically, and we can't control what's going on environmentally, and we can't control what's going on globally, we can't control really much. The only thing we can control is ourselves. So one of my pieces of advice for anyone who's trying to become more happy or work on their own mental health is just to do little things that make them excited each day. And it could just be one thing a day, but I think it makes a big difference because you have something to look forward to. And right now, you got to look forward to things, especially when there's not much to look forward to and it's hard to plan in terms of travel, etc., because we're not really allowed anywhere right now because of the pandemic. So yeah, I think that helps with happiness, and I recommend it. Also, I used to judge men for having pull-up bars in their rooms because it's like, just get a gym membership. But now I think I've changed about how I feel about it because of the pandemic. It's like I have a trampoline, I have a hula hoop. You got to do what you got to do to get those endorphins. Yeah, but I do recommend moving your body. I mean, at least 10,000 steps a day has made a really, really, really big difference for me. I can't recommend that enough. Somebody asked me if I'd rather be invisible or fly, and I have to say fly. I think I talked about that already. I don't know because I've recorded and re-recorded this podcast episode several times because I want it to be the gift that keeps on giving, you guys. Okay, somebody asked me if I could have my own strain of weed, what would it be called and what strain would it be? And it would be called Baby Shanks because that's my nickname for when I'm being a bad bitch. Baby Shanks. It would be the Baby Shanks strain and it would be sativa. And it would just be pure sativa, no hybrid shit. I love smoking a sativa in the morning. I find that helps with a lot of stuff. Also, if you're somebody who's dealing with mental health issues, I recommend taking a break from substances until you figure out what's going on. I did that. I didn't smoke weed for 30 days and it made a big difference. But now your girl is back on the weed. Yeah, guys, that's the episode of Shenk. We covered a lot of ground. I'm probably going to release a bonus episode sometime either this week or next week with Chelsea Skidmore. It's going to be the episode that we recorded with her dog barking because there are some good highlights there. So look out for that coming either this week or next week. And if you have any questions for me, comment, tweet me at Princess Shenk, DM me at Princess Shenk. If you are looking to sponsor the show, email Shenk, shenk.pod@gmail.com. Again, that's Shenk, shenk.pod@gmail.com. Okay, guys, thanks so much for listening to another episode of Shenk. Please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review, share with your friends, buy a pair of socks, buy a mask. ohyeah.com, discount code Sara10. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening to another episode of Shenk. Happy Wednesday.